It's time for us to focus on SMEs on Wake Up Nigeria. And this morning, we're having a conversation with Toby Abdusalami Ibrahim of Hair-Centric School of Beauty and Cosmetology, a leading institution dedicated to empowering individuals through high-quality education in beauty, hair care, and cosmetology. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
From the way your fingers keep moving, I can tell you do a lot with your fingers. Your fingers don't stay still. I observed it from the moment you sat
I'm a
on the
hairstylist.
couch. Yes. And you know, that's something I've always found really interesting about people who go into the hairstyling business. It's a passion thing.
Yes, yes,
I rarely see people who go into it, you know, just because they had no choice. It's usually a passion thing. For you, how did that begin?
So very quickly, I've always enjoyed, playing with dolls. When I was a child, playing with dolls, attempting to make my hair, my sister's hair, and my mom's hair. So that passion had always been there. And the older I got, the more I became, aware that this was something I wanted to do.
Wow.
And so immediately after university, it was something I just started off as a hobby, and then
So, university, what did you study?
I studied English at Babcock University.
And then when you finished university,
Yes.
you decided that you would rather focus on hairstyling.
Yes.
What was it your parents had to say about it?
So my mom has always been supportive. I've always been a creative, so it was something that I feel like she knew was going to happen eventually, something in the creative, because I always took up trainings in hair, makeup. I always wanted to learn one of those things as I was growing up. So it was eventually going to happen. So I think she was prepared.
So you know how people say that your university degree could actually prove useful when you decide to run a business? Would you say the same applies to you? As your degree been of any influence or effect on your business?
Yes, I would say it has. It may not exactly be the degree, but the exposure of just being in school, in university, has changed the way I, as a hairstylist, would see things and how I portray my business. Because I mean, I'm still a hairstylist. Just the level of education that I have has put that difference in the way that I sell my business.
Okay, now let's talk about your business,
Okay.
Haircentric. Now, how did Haircentric start? You know, it's one thing to have the talent, it's also another thing to have the skill. It's also another thing to practice, then set up a business. So how did Haircentric begin?
Okay, so in uni, very quickly at university, I started off making hair for little change every now and then.
Okay.
So I feel like that was enough time for me to practice. And immediately after I got out of university during summer, I started trying to sell or offer my services, and people started booking. And that was how it started, exactly 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a long time. So between 10 years and now, what would you say are the biggest lessons you've learned as a business person?
One of the biggest lessons I've learned is actually just being committed to what you're doing, waking up every day and actually putting in the effort. Because there have been times where I also wanted to give up, but passion also has a play in it. Because you're interested, it's going to be hard for you to just quit. So yeah.
Now, having a hair business can be very tricky, especially if you're selling hairs like the ones that we just saw on the screen right now. It's one thing to make hair for people, it's another thing to sell hair. You have to worry about whether you're getting the right quality from your supplier, especially if you're importing it yourself, and other such, necessities. Which brings me to the question, what challenges, the biggest challenges you faced in your business?
So for me, the biggest challenges I've faced, starting off earlier, was being able to get clients to trust that we could provide quality hair, like you said, provide quality hair. And also because the business is more service-oriented, we're wig makers, so we focus more on providing quality services, like making your wig, styling it, being able to let clients know that they can trust us with their hairs, because hairs are now investments.
Yes.
People spend a lot on hair. So it would take a lot for someone to convince someone that, you can bring hair of 1 million naira and you would get, a good result with it, or you'll get it styled the right way. So that was a major challenge. But over the years, I think we've been able to move from that.
What's been the biggest win for your business?
The biggest win must be the School of Beauty and Cosmetology. Because currently we have a wide range of students from all over the world.
Okay.
On a monthly basis, we have people come in from different parts of Africa for the trainings. So that's a big win. Having people come in specifically for the courses that we offer from Canada, from South Africa, from different places. So that's the biggest win.
Now let's talk about advertising, because these days we have several people in the hair business, we have several people in the beauty industry. And so advertising has become a major part of every business, so
Yes,
you
it
can
has.
stand out. What forms of advertising have you practiced over the years, and which one would you say has been the most impressive for you?
I think the most impressive, obviously, is social media. Social media is the biggest tool for advertising right now, and people don't leverage on that enough. I feel like that has helped me so much because the reach of people we've been able to reach all over the world is incredible, and that's just because of social media. So I think that's the biggest win for me.
That's true. Now, what other lessons would you say you've learned that could impact somebody who has a business like yours? There are several young people who are just venturing into this. Some people are in camp right now, for example. They will come out, eventually finish their service here, want to go into the business. What are those lessons you've learned over the years that you feel they'll find really useful?
So one major lesson is literally trying to stand out and be different.
Stand out and be different.
Yes, being unique is very important. Like you said, everyone is doing the same thing, especially because it's a skill of the hand. Everyone is doing the same thing, but how do you stand out and how do you keep things different? How do you make sure that people see you or portray you in different lights? That's the most important thing for me.
So I like the fact that you talked about the standout. What would you say makes Haircentric different from the rest?
Especially speaking about the cosmetology school, I think it's the standard of professionalism that we uphold. It's a very professional setting. We've made sure that people can feel comfortable coming into school every day, no matter the walks of life you're from, be it a banker, a doctor, or a teacher, be it a mother. You come in every day and feel like this is a place where you want to be because we uphold professional standards with everything throughout our trainings, even the coaches, the students, and everybody that handles the courses.
So on average, how long does an average training last?
An average course runs for about a month.
A month?
Yes,
okay.
but we have people who take 2 to 3 courses that are relating to each other.
Okay,
So it takes longer.
So what kind of courses are we looking at?
Okay, so we have quite a few diploma courses, and then the way the courses have been broken down, they're specialist courses. So we have diploma in wig making, diploma in hairstyling.
A diploma in
So they're
wig
called
making.
diploma because they're very professional settings.
Okay.
So diploma in wig making, diploma in hairstyling, diploma in barbing and men's haircut, diploma in braiding and African hair art, diploma in makeup artistry, nail artistry, semi-permanent lashes and brows, and a host of other. We have online courses as well. We have offline courses, short courses, and all of that.
You know, I find this really exciting because when people talk about learning, about hairstyling, they just think, oh, just go to that place and go and learn. And then I'm hearing about a diploma in
Wig making?
Wig making. No, the braids and
African hair arts, yes.
And I'm like, okay, that one in particular, I'm sure has to do with dealing with natural
braids,
hair and all. Yes. And so I'm wondering, how did you come about your models? How did you come about your courses? Was it that you had to go somewhere to study, which inspired you? Or was it something you sat down and created yourself due to your own experiences?
Exactly. So due to experience, it was something that we sat down and looked at that. What are the major needs? So we looked for a need, and then we found a solution. So a lot of people are relocating out of the country right now, and they need to get a skill. And one of the most lucrative skills as a black person or as an African outside the country is braids. We're making hair. So we have a lot of requests for people who want to learn how to do braids professionally, Ghana weaving, knotless braids, and all of that, natural hair. So we decided to take that up and put that out, teach.
Taking a look at all of these arms, which one would you say is the one that many people have more interest in learning?
Currently, I would say braiding and African hair arts because it's a big deal outside the country.
Okay, so most of your clients, I dare say, or most of your students have to do with people who are looking to relocate.
That's the market now, yes.
Ah.
Yes, so that's the market.
Okay, so let's talk about 5 years' time. Where do you expect Haircentric to be? What are your goals?
So in 5 years' time, I expect that we will be more global. Definitely, I'm expecting that we have a wider reach. I'm looking to expand to other countries in Africa as well and be able to put our trainings out there to more people. That's basically what we're looking at.
I find your business really fascinating.
So much.
I've had conversations with people who deal with hair and all, but you sound very focused. And your school in particular, your cosmetology school, is really amazing, especially with the courses, the models and all. And I can imagine how focused each one is.
Yes.
I must commend you.
Thank you so
well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you.